We have a circuit here with 30 volts voltage source. R1 is 5 ohms, R2 is 10 ohms, R3 is 15 ohms, like so. Let's move that over here. Resistance total is 5 ohms plus 10 ohms plus 15 ohms, that's 30 ohms. So voltage equals I times R total. I know voltage, I know R total, I don't know I. Let's figure that out. I substitute, I get 30 volts, voltage, equals I times R total, 30 ohms. I divide both sides by 30, 30 ohms cancels out on the right, and I've got 30 volts over 30 ohms equals I. Move that up, and I've got 30 volts over 30 ohms, which becomes 30 over 30 times volts over ohms equals I. 30 over 30 is 1, volts over ohms is amps, and I got 1 times A equals I, or 1 amp equals I. So volts equals 30 volts, I equals 1 amp, and R total equals 30 ohms. But what is the voltage drop across each resistor? Voltage pushes electrons through the circuit. They collide with R resistors. There's a voltage drop across that resistor. What is the amount of that voltage drop? Let's figure it out. The voltage drop over R1, VR1, equals current times R1. So I becomes 1 amp, R becomes 5 ohms. And let's rewrite this. 1 times 5 times amps times ohms becomes 5 times amps times ohms is voltage. That becomes 5 volts. Let's move that up there and over to the left. So VR1 equals 5 volts. What about VR2? That equals I times R2, or 1 amp times 10 ohms, which becomes 1 times 10 times amps times ohms, or 10 times amps times ohms, volts. VR2 equals 10 volts. Let's move that over to here. That's the voltage drop across R2. Now, for R3, VR3 equals I times R3. R3 is 15 ohms. I is 1A. Let's rewrite this. 1 times 15 times amps times ohms becomes 15 volts. Let's move that over here. Move it up and out of the way, and sign out. This is George Boole. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye now.